Right, let's be honest. Have you ever stood under your own mango tree, looked way, way up, and just felt defeated? Like it's holding all the best fruit hostage right up there in the clouds? Yeah, you're not alone. So today, we're going to fix that. We are going to learn how to tame that giant and get that amazing fruit back down to earth with a really cool technique called the Pug Method.
You know, there's something kind of awe-inspiring about a mango tree. It has this primal urge, right? It's basically hardwired for one thing: world domination, or, yard domination. Its whole mission in life is to become this massive 100-foot giant just stretching up to the sun. And hey, you gotta respect that ambition.
But let's be real, for your backyard, that's a terrible plan. And that's the big problem, isn't it? It's this fundamental battle between what the tree wants and what we want. So how do we get the king of fruits to cooperate and give us the goods where we can actually, pick them? That's the puzzle we're going to solve right now.
Okay, so let's dive right into what we call the ladder problem. If you just let a mango tree do its thing, it quickly becomes this monster. It's a total safety hazard, a complete nightmare to harvest. All the good stuff is way up top. The middle of the tree is just this ugly, barren wood, and suddenly you've got this giant that's hogging your entire yard for what? A few mangoes you can actually reach? No way.
So what you're looking at here are the two paths your mango tree can take. On one side, you've got the wild forest giant. That's its natural dream. But on the other side, that's our dream, the pedestrian tree. A short, compact, super efficient fruit factory where every single mango is just right there. No ladder needed. Our whole goal is to turn that wild thing into our perfect garden partner.
So how in the world do we pull off this transformation? Well, it all starts by kind of hacking the tree's internal operating system. See, it's all driven by hormones, and one very powerful, very simple command that's constantly telling the tree one thing: go up. That's it. And this, right here, this is the secret code. Apical dominance. Seriously, if you remember one thing, remember this term. It is the key to everything. It's the tree's internal programming that basically says the tippy top is the boss, and the boss's only job is to get higher.
Yeah, think of it like a chain of command in the military. That top bud, the apical bud, is the general. It's constantly sending this chemical signal, this hormone called auxin, down the ranks. And that signal tells all the side branches, hey, stand down, don't grow. As long as that general is up there giving orders, the tree's energy is laser focused on one mission, growing straight up.
Okay, so if the problem is the general at the top, what's the solution? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. You remove the general. And this technique, this is what we call pugging. And yeah, it sounds a little weird, but it is a radical, and I mean incredibly effective way to completely reset the tree. Now, when do you actually do this? Well, timing is absolutely crucial here, especially with a young tree. You want to make this big first cut after the tree has gotten established, but while it's still young and easy to shape. And here it is, the magic number. You are going to cut that main trunk at just 20 to 30 inches from the ground. I know. It feels completely wrong. It even feels a little violent. You're basically chopping the head off your new tree. But you have got to trust the process here because this one single cut is a total game changer. See, the second you make that cut, you've cut off the supply of that hormone that was shutting everything down. And what happens next is this hormonal explosion. All those little side buds that were being told to just sit there and do nothing, they suddenly wake up and bam, they burst out into all this new growth, creating the low, bushy framework that we actually want.
And for those of you with a giant already in your yard, guess what? Yes, you can absolutely do this to a mature tree. The idea is exactly the same, just bigger. You'll cut it back to about 4 to 6 feet. But, and listen up, this part is super important. You must paint that newly exposed trunk with a 50-50 mix of white latex paint and water. Why? To prevent a nasty sunburn on the bark, which is called sun scald.
All right, so that first big cut, the pugging, that sets the height. But now we got to talk about the finesse work. This is tip pruning, and this is how we build the actual fruit factory. Think of this as your ongoing secret weapon for creating a super dense tree and just multiplying your harvest. And you're going to love how simple this is. It's called the 2-node rule. So you wait for the tree to push out a new spray of leaves. Let them get a little older, harden off, turn that nice dark green. Then you just look for the little ring where that new growth started, and you snip it off about 2 inches above that spot. That's it. You just do that a few times a year.
So what's the big deal with this one little snip? It's all about multiplication. It's like you're doing a tiny little pug on every single branch, breaking that apical dominance on a micro level.
So you start with just one branch kip. You make that one little snip, and the tree responds by sending out like 3 or 4 new tips from that exact spot.
And then you do it again on those new tips. This is the magic of exponential growth, that one branch suddenly becomes 16 or more potential fruiting sites. You're literally building a dense wall of future mangoes. It's amazing.
So, after all this work, the big pug, the constant tipping, what's the payoff? Well, it's nothing short of a revolution in how you deal with your tree and, most importantly, how you get to enjoy your fruit.
I mean, just look at the benefits here. First and foremost, safety. You can throw away the ladder. Seriously, it's 100% ladder-free harvest. The quality of your fruit gets better too, because more sun can get to everything. You can fit 4 or even 5 of these awesome little trees in the space that one giant would have taken up. And managing pests, it's a breeze. It's not some huge industrial project anymore.
So, in the end, the Pug Method is really about a whole new way of thinking. It's about you taking control. You're working with the tree's own biology to turn it into this manageable, sustainable, and super productive partner in your garden. It's how you keep the king of fruits right where he belongs, within your reach.